Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us in Berlin. Maybe you can begin with a brief introduction for When the Night Stands Still. For people who don't know anything about the film, what can they expect?
Hi, I am Liryc Dela Cruz. I am the director of the film.
Tess Magallanes.
Jenny Lianto Caringal.
Benjamin Vasquez Barcellano Jr.
We represent Where the Night Stands Still with an original title, Come la Notte. The film is about these three siblings who had a reunion in the villa that one of their sisters inherited. During that reunion, a lot of wounds were open, but also this idea of reconnection with each other, and we'll see what the night will bring.
Can you tell us a bit about the genesis of the project? What sparked the original idea? Was it these characters, this family reunion? Was it the setting, the idea of someone just having inherited this house? What was the starting point?
The original story of the film is not the story of the film, because we are supposed to do another film. But then before that, we are supposed just to be at that villa. It's a villa owned by my friend Spazio Cinquecento in in northern Italy, just to take a rest, because we just had our performance. And so during that time, the cast said, let's rest there, okay, but why don't we shoot a film? Benji convinced us to shoot a film. I have with me my GH4 camera, like how you have right now, like it's a small camera, and also like a small tripod. And yeah, let's go, let's do it. But during the night, before going there, we were at the Tiburtina station, bus station, while waiting for the supposed to be protagonist of the film. She said, Liryc, I'm sorry, I cannot go. My son has a COVID. And so right then and there, in the terminal station, we were like rewriting the film. So the genesis was when we were always talking about this Filipina woman who inherited not a villa but a house in Milano. What helped us most to use as a tool, as a device for the narrative of the film is also our shared experience, most especially their shared experience, because most of them were like in Italy for the last 29 years. And so it was easier because it is what we have in the film is something that is very familiar and innate to their experience. And so there was no script, but I made like a poetic structure of what we want to show. But every time on the set, it's always like a shared co-authorship, like, because I always ask them, okay, so you remember when you told me about your experience, do you think you can put it in your character? And of course, I think trusting their intellect to freely create the character. The two of them, Jenny and Tess, they don't have like acting experiences. Benji has an acting experience in the Philippines. He's an actor. But then I think the most powerful thing here is that the idea of not understanding what is acting all about, but just like this free interpretation, and that one became more human. When they're delivering their lines, I am not correcting them. I am not telling that, no, you should say it perfectly. No, I am not. We are not into that. And I think it made them more confident in a way that, yeah, a normal person speaks like this. And so there is always an emancipation in the idea of how the character should be, But of course, it's still cinema. You have to take care of the form of it. You have to take care of what, for me as a director, of what the look would be. But then this shared co-authorship of trusting really what they can bring with the film in a way that it is a collective work was really the gem of the film.
And I was thinking, even like some of the stylistic decisions you made, shooting it in black and white, the fact that it's just this one night, so we have moments that are kind of playing out in real time. You even recalled maybe a bit Roma or a film like that. So was that also important to the storytelling? And it gives it kind of an originality, the look of it, and the fact that we're immersed in this sort of snapshot of these people's lives.
This decision, I mean, I've done other mid-length and films and documentaries, and it's black and white because I'm coming from the University of Love Diaz, and I adore a lot the works of Chantal Ackerman, Bellatar, who has also somehow my inspiration in my filmmaking. And yeah, of course, like this black and white was, I thought that it's because the film, as I said, it is something that is also very present in the history of the bodies of the cast and my experience also as a cleaning worker in Italy, as an artist in Italy, you know, and it is something like a documentary. And what gives more a connection to the character is this you know, this black and white that is just focusing on how each character are flourishing and giving and also relating to this bubble that was where they're inside. The villa played a very important role. If we have a fourth cast, it will be the villa. It's something that speaks a lot to the idea of a territory where they are being put inside a bubble, where they are continuously rewriting their identity just to be suited in the territory. This decision making in the style, in the everything was interconnected with more personal and also what is in the atmosphere.
And to bring you guys into the conversation, I think what's interesting about it is there's a lot of restraint that has to happen in your performances. And I wondered, as actors, or even if you're new to it, maybe in some ways that's actually more challenging than a role where you're being really expressive. So, because even though they're reunited, there's such an unease between all of them and a tension. So what was it like bringing that atmosphere to life in terms of your characters?
I think for me it's spontaneous because this is the story is also behind our real life. So for us, delivering all our scene in the film, it comes spontaneously because we feel also inside of us that this is our reality life in Italy.
Well, for me, it's like because coming from the performing side, I mean, theater experiences in the Philippines and even here in Italy. So being an actor really is like at times you get too excited to play the role. At times it gets you in the scene. You go up, in which Liryc always says, tone it down, tone it down. So, but it's so exciting because sharing with all these stories and of course and also the personality and the personaggio and like Jenny said, experiential from inside of you. That you've been in Italy and you experience this for years, and then here you tell that into this scene.
For me, this film for me is a very, very good experience because I know only how to do work. We are Filipinos, work in the other countries like nurse, domestic helper. But this film is another experience na hindi ko in-expect na maging ganito ako. So for me, it's very interesting. And thanks to Liryc.
No, she was saying that she wasn't expecting with this film that she will be acting, she will be transforming her real life character because of course from her experience she has been working as a domestic worker in different countries. Even in the Philippines, she works as a domestic helper, and to have this experience of to do it in cinema, it was really powerful for her.
What was maybe your favorite moment of making the film? And on the flip side, what was maybe one of the hardest moments?
Can I say my favorite? Yeah. My favorite part of the film is cooking. Yeah, I mean, this is my relaxation because it is in between. We are always like cooking. We are a six crew team. And so while others are while me and the others are shooting, for example, Mami Tess is cooking for us. The hardest part of the film actually was just to find a way how to pay our to pay for our travel fare expenses because we are also the one paying for it. We paid for our own tickets, travels,
yes,
until Ozono, also our co-producer, also arrived to help us for post-production and other production things. But I think it is the one that was very challenging to how to push the film and to really find a way to believe on it. And for you, what's your favorite part?
For eating. Cooking and sometimes we have to talk to each other. It's a very nice experience because actually we don't know each other, and because of this film, I know her, and
You did a collective?
yes, yeah, and sometimes cleaning the house too.
Yes. We do all the design work,
Yes,
the cleaning
yeah.
work of the
Yeah.
of the villa.
For me, the best part of this film, that's not the story, but when we are starting to do this the story of this film, we are always talking about how we can go there. We are also working here, and we're also working in Rome. And like me, I'm a mother of three. I have to consult if I have to go out to work, extra work like this. I have to talk to my husband first because we have three children, and I have to go for 3 days out of my home. So first, I have to consult my husband if he make me the permission. Also, my children, I have to talk, and also our our travel, the food that we have to take at. Liryc that can also ask, Mommy, you can buy something to take there, and we can also eat our Filipino food. You
They're
can
spoiling it. They're very
yeah.
spoiled about
My Liryc is a person spoiled on me most.
Like my mom. Two moms.
But for me, it is another world of my life. Because if I tell you my story, my life is starting to have this kind of life after 40 years old. I am always concentrated with my family. Then I'm here right now. So how I expect this, it's too much for me. I'm so overwhelmed of this opportunity that Liryc has given us for us, and I am also thankful having Liryc with us for almost 4 years of working, because we are working first at the theater, and I am always the one who are guiding my two other co-workers. I am always the person who is giving the direction, the right direction. This is the right time. This is the right way. This is the right time that we have to. I am always the leader.
My favorite, let's say, one of the favorite scene is my argument with my sister. She told me, because you're not taking care of yourself, you're not working right. And with that, because I said, because I don't like being here. I don't like this kind of life. For me, it reflects on myself because being out of my country, it was not really what I want in my decision. So I was pushed to go out because of my family. So it's really a hard decision for me because in the Philippines, I'm on the theater side and all this, performing, and then here you get to, we are doing this on the stage, and now I'm doing it in real life. So it's something like that. It mirrors me. So that is why the emotion of that, for me, it's really big, and so it has an impact. And then of course the another scene is with the scene in the bedroom when I said I'm sorry for what I have told you and all this and all that, reflecting everything. And going down, really asking forgiveness to your sister. And of course, the favorite moment is we made the film.
That's the important. We made it.
We made it.
Out of
Out of some
Out of nowhere.
nothing, out of
Out of
nowhere.
nothing.
Yes, like
Let's do this.
that's the magic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the magic.
and I told Lyric, let's do something worthwhile. Okay, let's shoot. Okay, even though we have difficulty in finances and everything, let's do it.
We have to shout out to Saro Vallejo, who's Vallejo, see, who's a very good friend of mine, a filmmaker from Switzerland, a young filmmaker from Switzerland, who was during the time studying in Head Geneva, and he said, "Lyric, write a letter to Head Geneva that you need me." I wrote a letter to allow Saro, and he brought all the professional sound equipments of Head Geneva. I don't know if they know about this one, and it's the only most professional things that we have on the set. But in the end, this is the magic of cinema, of bringing people together, transforming our lives. Transforming our lives. Of course, cinema cannot change the world, but I really cannot change, everything. But then we believe in cinema and its transformative value. Its transformative power. I'm just so happy that we're still together, and they allowed me to be the wild kid that I am, and for giving me a lot of love and chances and understanding. The collective is growing right now. They're inspiring a lot of second and third generation Filipino Italians that are lost in the territory, questioning their identity, and seeing them, especially them, the mothers, the older generation, the first generation who arrive in Italy. I think the statement is that they can do a lot more of like new possibilities with what they want in their lives. So yeah, I think that's it. That's what we are happy about the film, the transformative power of cinema.
And what does it mean to you to have the film here at the Berlinale? And, what do you hope people will take away in that sense? Because I think you can look at a film like this on so many different levels. Anyone who's got siblings can relate to that familial dynamic that you can have, where you love each other, but there can also be jealousy and envy and tensions. And then you can also look at it at, a window into the immigrant experience, which can be, it's very specific to being a Filipino in Rome. But you can also say in the UK, there's lots of discussion right now about what it means to have, a not straightforward identity, and how you can relate to people, or how you can have different socioeconomic chances in life. So it's lots of other issues that you can take from it too.
We will all agree that we are very thankful to the Berlinale for giving us the opportunity to show this film. Now we made a film. The film is for the people. But I think it's a very historical moment where we have to talk about specifically identities in the US right now, a lot of disconnection are happening because of the deportation. In the UK, in Europe, we are facing it is not another kind of monsters that we are seeing in Western countries, but is a continuum. If you will ask me if I'm questioning about this one. If we are post-colonial, post-dictatorship, why still these monsters are still there? And now, I think they were, for a long time, they have a mask, but now they're slowly revealing themselves again. And this film that I feel, if I can say this with all humility, that the idea of the film is also to show that in the very core of our community, which is the family, colonialism, dictatorship, fascism, when they create monsters, even in our closest family, in our closest part of the community, which again the family, they will appear. This thing that is what is happening around us right now, where we are seeing mass murder, genocide, the very core of these, I think, if we are going to look at, is also in the family, in the family of how this how these people were affected of the history of oppression, history of colonialism, and it is there. It is flourishing. What we can do, I think, we talk about this with the crew, is just to use cinema to make a precautionary care, and it is not something that we say that this film is is like an an activist film. But then that's the beauty of cinema, is that your personal experiences can also transcend to others, and how you can also give an idea to the society in the most intimate, showing the most intimate part of the community.
When a person, like in the family, there's an ambition, and there's an envy, and there's the greed in the person. So that one, combining all these three, that makes you the monster. And that one, it doesn't matter who is there in your family or in the community, in order for you to get that into that goal, you really, this person really go for it, and it doesn't matter what will be the result, or what will be the ending.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Huge congratulations on the film.
Thank you so
Really
much.
enjoyed presenting it here in Berlin. Thank you.
Thank
It was so
you.
nice to talk to you.